I get to open it up with Lorenzo Alexander, former dog of a linebacker, great player who played for the Silver and Black and so many other teams. Good to see you again. How are you?
Good to see you as well. I'm good. I'm blessed. Back home, I'm from the Bay. I grew up in Oakland, went to Cal, so I'm good.
That's why we got you leading off the show. I've been telling everybody when the weather clicks here, it's like summer. So I got up today and I walked Fisherman's Wharf, that area.
Yeah.
And it felt like I was in Maui, man, or Vegas. It just felt great, and that makes a difference with the energy around a Super Bowl.
Oh, for sure, yeah. You definitely want to be in a place that got a little warmth to it, a little energy, and it's good. I experienced the same thing. I walked over here, and I'm starting to sweat. I'm like, man, it's not supposed to be this hot in the Bay this time of year.
What I love about your career is you were one of the few players, linebackers, that got better as your career went on with the Pro Bowls and all of that.
Right.
What did that happen? Was that training, better teams, better coaching? Walk me through that.
I think it's a little bit of everything. I mean, I don't think people realize, when I got in the league, I was a 315-pound D tackle. And so over the course of my career, I lost weight while I was playing. And so I think just my athleticism was exposed more because I had less weight to carry around. So I think a little bit of that. Obviously, the coaching, being around guys like London Fletcher. I had Bob Babbage later in my career, Mike Walford, all those type of guys that had an impact on my career. They helped me give a little bit of nugget here, there, and there. And so in 2016, when I was with Rex Ryan, it all kind of came together, and I was able to really utilize all my skill sets because I played offensive line a little bit too early.
Wow.
And so understanding the offensive side of the ball allowed me to be a better pass rusher and really set things up because I'm not Myles Garrett out here running around guys at 260 and running 4.2. So I had to use some of my psyche and football IQ as well to expose things not only for myself but my teammates.
It's an incredible story that you go from playing as a bigger player on the defensive line and understanding that. I mentioned Mike Waffle. I know him really well. Who was the coach or the person that said, look, if you want to stay in this league or you want to be an NFL player long term, you're going to have to change positions?
Well, nobody really said it to me. I was undrafted, so they didn't really they cared, but they didn't really care, right? I'm an expendable player, and you got to be aware of who you are in the league and be able to read the tea leaves a little bit. And so when I was in Washington, they brought in Albert Haynesworth. I was a D tackle. Okay,
what a player he was.
Right, he was a specimen, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, I was already 4. Now I'm 5. Ooh, I need to move to end. And then I start begging Danny Smith, great special teams coach, was in Pittsburgh for a long time, Washington, Buffalo, really helped me understand, right, special teams. So I started, I need to get on these special teams. I need to be on a punt. I need to be on a kickoff team. And so that's where I made my first Pro Bowl, is doing those type of things. And so I had to figure out a way to carve out value for myself as an undrafted guy, a bigger guy, and I was able to do it really on special teams that allowed me to work while I waited to get my opportunity as a starter.
Lorenzo Alexander's our guest. Take me to the Raider chapter and why it was so short.
That's a lot of things that go into that. So I was actually coming off of a Liz Frank. So I was in Arizona at the time.
Right.
Coming off my Liz Frank, I had some things in training camp. I'm an older player. And Bruce Arians they thought I wasn't going to be able to sustain another year, so they ended up cutting me. They cut me early. They actually cut me after we played Oakland that year in the playoff games. And you talk about reading the tea leaves. I knew I was going to be cut because I wasn't a captain for a preseason game because I was coming home. So typically you're the captain. So I knew it was coming. Ended up in Oakland. Primarily, Brad Seeley wanted to bring me in. He called Amos Jones and was like, why did y'all cut Zoe? He was balling. Well, we decided to go a different way. But he's a great dude, bring him in. So Brad brought me in. I was a special teams guy. Played really well. Brad used to have this thing where he tracked all the guys, like historically, who had the most points. At the end of that year, I was the number 1 guy of all time. Brad Seeley's been in the league a long time. So I had a really good year. But through that time, I was trying to tell him, and this is why football is really about relationships and coaches and who they trust. I didn't have any time on task with the coaching staff defensively that year. So they didn't really trust to put me out there, even though I was smart enough to do it. And when they did, towards the end of the year, they were like, oh, we should have played you earlier.
Yeah.
And so they was going through some transition, and they didn't really offer me to come back. And so I didn't really they didn't offer me. So they didn't see what I could really do because they didn't really know me.
What a mistake, because then you went on to Buffalo, and it really defined what you did at the end of your career.
Yeah, and that was, Rex had wanted me in 2012 when I was a free agent, when I decided to go to Arizona instead of the Jets. And so he already had a vision of how he wanted to use me and what he wanted me to do.
Right.
We had a couple of injuries. Manny Lawson went down, and then I kind of was thrusted into the starter role. And when I got an opportunity, just like a lot of players in the league, like the line between being a special teams guy and being a sound starter isn't that big, right? Guys sometimes just need an opportunity, and that was really my first time of playing, 1,000 snaps so I can get 13 sacks. That's what most guys have an opportunity to do. And so it all worked out. Rex wanted me, had a scheme that I fit in, and I was ready from a fundamental standpoint to be able to do that. And I did that while still playing special teams.
Lorenzo Alexander is our guest. So on top of all this, what was your greatest experience academically or as a player at Cal? With the lifestyle of Cal, Oakland right there, the bridge to get over to San Francisco. What'd you like about the college experience?
I would say the biggest thing, we got Tefford. So my first year, we were trash. Yeah. We were 1-11. I was probably one of the first guys that we started doing as far as recruiting the Bay Area again. Because after me, we had Marshawn Lynch, David Gray. We had some guys that stayed here and took the program even more. But I think going from 1-11 to I think we were 10-2 because we lost our bowl game, but being number 5 in the country and changing the culture with Jeff Tefford while I was up there. So the total experience, I can't pick one moment. If I had to pick one moment, maybe beating SC in triple overtime when they won the national championship, when they was loaded.
Yeah.
So, but I think it was the entire experience, and then just being able to walk out of there with a degree. So now when I go talk to folks, like they know I'm a football player, but I think so they have certain perceptions. But when I start talking and they realize I went to Cal, they go, oh, you went to Berkeley.
That's a hell of a degree.
Yeah, you went to Berkeley. Oh, okay. So that now that I'm done, when people realize what I had to subject myself to as a student athlete there, they have a little bit more respect for me beyond being just a good player.
Tell us about Super Baskets of Hope. This is something I know you're really passionate about. Tony Dungy's been the national spokesperson since 2002.
Yeah, and Kurt Warner's a part of it as well. I think I've been a part of it since 2010. And if you're a parent out there, you should be all for this organization to be a part of, and supporting parents really is what we're doing, parents and families. And what we do is we've partnered with the NFL, current players, past players, Baskets of Hope. They put these baskets together, and we go into hospitals and serve families. They have coloring books, toys, footballs. They have journals and Bibles for the parents, right? And as a parent, like I said, if you have a sick child, just at home, the anxiety you feel, the worry you have, like, are they going to be okay? Just imagine being in the hospital for weeks, months at a time, dealing with cancer, dealing with ailments, burn victims, right? And to be able to go in those rooms and bring some joy, some opportunity to kind of get away from that is really fulfilling. And oftentimes what I found is that I walk away with it inspired as well, because these kids are very resilient young people, and the way they're attacking their challenges is really inspiring. And then what makes it extra cool this time, like I said, we're going to be over at the old children. I think it has a different name now, but the old Oakland Children's Hospital. It's probably about 4 or 5 blocks where I grew up from. So I'll be serving people that are in my community, which is really cool.
Last one for our Raider audience and our global audience. The Raiders are going to get a new head coach. It looks to be Clint Kubiak. Most likely Mendoza, the quarterback out of Indiana. There's Gentry and Bowers that we talked about.
Right.
Just wanted to ask you how quickly a team can turn it around, because we saw the Patriots win 4 games, start off the season 0-1, go 0-1, and now they're in the Super Bowl, and they've won 9 in a row on the road. Yeah. How do you flip it quickly so fans can get behind it?
Yeah, and the Patriots are a little different because they culturally and historically they've been really good, right? And this is really just Vrabel bringing in the Patriot way 2.0, right, with his own flavor to it. And so with an organization, when you think about the Raiders, who are also historically good, not of late though, they have to have a culture shift. And I was a part of it in Buffalo with Sean McDermott. And so Kubiak, or whoever the head coach is, has to come in and get the buy-in from players. And it has to be those guys you just named have to be the biggest advocates of it and making sure everybody gets in line. Because it's about consistency. It's about executing under pressure. Who can play the longest and the smartest the longest, and then really galvanizing that week in and week out. But we already know that the NFL is you lose more games than you win them. And so can you weather the storm through that, and do you have the leadership? Is Kubiak and the coaches he brings in able to keep the guys locked in as they're going through some of those struggles?
Yeah, one last one. I didn't play, you did, but it felt like they did McDermott dirty. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Especially they're about to open up a new stadium. all the things he's done, the 17 playoff drought, the things that he helped shift and develop. Josh Allen wasn't Josh Allen when he got there.
4 interceptions, 4 turnovers in the last game.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying what he's done, right?
Yeah.
The game, the players lost the game.
Right.
They had opportunities to win it. But just what he's done to that community and organization and now made them relevant again, the people that he's developed, the community that he's impacting, the things that he's endured with the stadium opening up next year. In my mind, I heard people saying he may be on. I'm like, there's no way you do that to a dude that's made you relevant.
He
and put you
watched
back
the
to the top.
stadium be built.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
drove to work every day and watched the steel go up.
Right, and so that in itself, and that's the ugly side of football that people got to see on full display with the press conference and everything that's played out publicly. But a lot of people have to deal with that type of stuff, and and it's a relationship business, and it was unfortunate that he's not going to be able to benefit from that stadium and finish the job that I think he was the right man to do as far as getting to the Super Bowl.
I really enjoyed it, man.
Always.
Good to see you again. You had a big impact on your football career, and I feel like you're going to have a much bigger impact in your life, man. So
thanks
for doing this. I'll talk to you soon.
All right,
Appreciate
brother.
it.